Check it out! Yes, there it is, the emblem, logo, crest, whatever you want to call it for the channel The Fifth Row. If you know me personally, you know what it's inspired by. Even if you don't know me personally, you probably know what it's inspired by. I did this with me and my boy Jake, just in case you want him to like draw you naked or anything. Shout out to Leo DiCaprio. I'll put his info down in the description. I know what you're thinking, I'm thinking the same thing. This is a little much, isn't it? Let's not do this. Ah! You know what DC's really good at? Making really divisive films. Films that critics love to hate and that fans will go to their deathbed arguing for it. This is just Watchmen and Batman v Superman. Clear examples. And this summer we get another one. This in Suicide Squad. Yes, Suicide Squad, I know that's why you're all here. Directed by David Ayer, starring people you know and love. Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Courtney. Maybe you don't love him so much. I don't either, it's okay. Joel Kinnaman, Viola Davis, etc. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie. If I sat here and named all of them, I'd be here all day. So if you don't know the premise of this movie, let me quickly remind you. Viola Davis' character, Amanda Waller, assembles a squad of some of the worst criminals. Deadshot, played by Will Smith, Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, Diablo, and Enchantress. And the goal is to send them on a dangerous mission so dangerous they don't even think they'll succeed. And in that we get the Suicide Squad. So I didn't get a chance to review Batman v Superman, and that's only important because the Suicide Squad is in the same universe, obviously, for those of you that don't know. However, I was still really excited for this movie. The first trailer alone sold me. I didn't need to see anything else because the first trailer showed me that this movie was going to be a blast. It had great characters and it was cast really well. That being said, for the most part, I think that's true. This movie is very fun. This movie is a blast. There's some really cool action sequences in this movie. The soundtrack helps fuel the excitement of the film. Great chemistry between some of the squad members. Of course, some of the cast members alone, they really lift this movie to another level. That being said, easily the best person in this movie is Deadshot. There's no argument about it. Will Smith puts this movie on his back at some points. Although, to be fair, this character is one of the few that gets some sort of backstory. Some reason for us, the audience, to care about him. Even still, his performance is really strong. He's got great comedic lines. If we got a Deadshot movie, I'd be all for it. Harley Quinn! Margot Robbie. She's also another bright spot in this movie, and it's easy to see why. I mean, she's also another character that has some sort of backstory. She has a love interest with the Joker, and that's one of the reasons that we as an audience care about her a little bit. I think that some of the visual designs in this film are pretty cool. An example would be when they're introducing characters like Harley Quinn and Deadshot, the little vignettes or profiles they give them with the neon colors. The way they design that is really cool. Diablo's powers, he's the person with the fire. The way that they showcase his powers is pretty cool to look at. And lastly, Enchantress in the first act of the movie is really cool to look at. I mean, her character design is really cool. But speaking of visuals, let's go into the negatives. And my first negative is a villain. I know, right? Another movie with a horrible villain. Hold on. If you don't want to be spoiled, I have a solution for you. I'm going to put on what I call the spoiler suit. Yeah, so if you see me on screen wearing this, you should probably mute your video just in case you don't want to be spoiled or anything. But I'm going to talk about the villain. Okay, so the villain is Enchantress. She's a witch, and Viola Davis' character has control over her because she has her heart, and then she finds her brother, activates him. I know, a lot of mumbo-jumbo. Listen, let me just get down right to it. The villain looks horrible, visually speaking. It really reminds me of Gods of Egypt. It doesn't even stop there. For some reason, this movie believes that we need a villain that needs to take over the world or something. How many movies are we going to get where something shoots up into the sky, and if our heroes don't get there in time, it's going to destroy the world? I mean, just off the top of my head, we got The Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man, Man of Steel, this year's Ghostbusters. Why is this happening so much? And now we can add Suicide Squad to the list. To me, this movie would have been a lot better had they gone a little more contained with the big finale. I feel like if they had a villain that was a little more grounded and, you know, not trying to take over the world or something like that, that we would have had a better finale. A finale that made more sense with these characters. Because let's be real, Harley Quinn is out there carrying a bat. What's she going to do against a witch? It's just choices that this movie makes that could have been done a lot better, and that's where this movie suffers. The third act alone really takes a big stinking poop all over the movie. The spoiler suit is off. Welcome back. Can we talk about how bad Killer Croc is? He actually does nothing, let's be real. He does nothing in this movie but say some really cringe-worthy lines. And that's Killer Croc. Just to touch on Jared Leto's performance, I think it's fine. I mean, I can't praise about it, I can't talk bad about it. It's just something that needs more time for me to, you know, get a real opinion on the character because he didn't really have that much to do in this movie. Why are characters like Katana and Slipknot just showing up randomly in the middle of the movie? As we're about to go into the second act of the movie, we get introduced to Katana, and here's how it goes. Oh, there's Katana. She can do this, that, and the third. And then we get introduced to Slipknot. Oh, this is Slipknot. He can do this, that, and that. If that sounds repetitive, that's because it is, and that happens a lot in this movie. I understand that not everyone can have a backstory, but there has to be a better way for them to introduce these characters. Alright, all things into consideration, I think that this movie could have been a lot better, there's no doubt about it. I think that this movie's fun, a lot of fun for the first and second act. I think that it's strong in those two parts of the movie. However, we get to the third act and things go downhill. It's a steep downhill that this movie falls in. The third act honestly feels like a different movie. A really bad movie. All that being said, I'm going to give this movie a 6.8. Yes, I know, I'm being very, precise on this. It's just that there's a lot of good and there's also a lot of bad. Okay, did you see Suicide Squad? Please comment down below, let me know. If I missed anything, please comment, let me know what you think. I'll be down there too. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that too. I'm on @the5throw. I'll put that in the description. Thank you for watching this review. I'm your boy Scuba Sitch, and I am out of here.